The body knows. Dance is a way to break, spill, turn, twist, and extend the knowing of the cells. Juicy and jagged, an ancient space where the feet think and the belly listens, the sternum proclaims and the kidneys lament. The body longs to be present and be with presence, let out of the classrooms, offices, and homes, and dance its way back to wonder. Take each form as multiple celebrations and bring the body home to the rightful place, where we honor the footnotes of our bodies. Dance your questions, what you know and what you don't know. And know this, what is within you is fluttering, seeking a form. So loosen your joints, awaken your muscles, and breathe into your limbs, and dance your way into new steps. Our first movement, our first dance was in the womb. Dance is our birthright. Movement is our birthright. To be in our bodies is our birthright. I knew that dance was the language when my twins were in the womb. And they were moving and fighting, and celebrating. But we have forgotten that we are bodies. We are more concerned that we have bodies. The size of our hips, the size of our nose, the size of our arms, and yet it is not that we have bodies, but that we are bodies. The body has been relegated to the third world as if it is something only to be looked at and attached and objectified. And we have forgotten the beautiful language, celebration, and delight in inhabiting all of our senses, inhabiting our bodies as if they were friends, even when they have limits, and I have limits. So why is it? Why do we do this? We're in this culture that divides. Good at divides. We've been trained from the neck up. Education has been from the neck up. We have forgotten that language of children who go out and play and risk and come inside and say, delight in telling stories. We too might have skipped with unabandonment, not knowing what we looked like. And it doesn't take very long. Just a little bit of schooling, and we become obsessed with what our hair is like. I know this to be true in raising 3 boys. I would tell them that I'd be a babe if I spent that much time in the bathroom as they did. We so easily forget what I would say is a GPS system inside. We have been given a GPS. All we have to do is listen to it. What does it mean to listen to the belly? To honor the sternum? To pay attention to the bodily, belly, knowing inside. We know what it means when we don't pay attention. We talk a lot about intuition and the imagination, but the body is the place for the visceral imagination to take flight. And we can't take flight unless we have roots. We can't have groundedness unless we have levity, and levity unless we have groundedness. So I invite you today, even as you're sitting down wherever you are, to get up. That means actually get up out of your chairs or your sofa, wherever you are sitting at the moment. Just stand up. Feel the feet on the ground. Raise your arms and your head like a big yawn. I call them body yawns, and a big sigh. And again, take in some air. Sigh. We don't need more curriculum. We don't need more corporate meetings. We don't need more meetings. We're going to die for meetings. Overdose of meetings, but we do need to sigh. We do need to go back to breath. To the breath that was here in the beginning, that is inside us, waiting to release. What is it about schooling that we think that paying attention is about being still? It's like my son, years ago, when he'd be twirling and twirling and twirling, and I'd say, please, please, just stay still so you can hear me. Of course, he said, you know, Mom, just because you don't multi-focus anymore doesn't mean I don't multi-focus. Because in his movement, he found stillness. Many of us in moving, in dancing, in kayaking, in swimming, is where our stillness comes. We are so full of monkey mind, of going and going and going, we don't empty enough to hear a new thought. So I invite my students, my student teachers, my graduate students, mostly in education, in the arts, or in ecology, in health, in all kinds of areas. What does it mean to ask those questions if we listen to them and ask them in our body? Like Rilke talks about, living in the questions, daring to live in the questions, loving them as if they are books on a shelf. When I ask them through my body, I ask them differently. I just don't say, what does that mean for me? I don't just say, what does it mean? My body asks, what does it mean? What does it mean there's no more ozone layer? What does it mean? Fish is dying. What does it mean to listen to our joy? So we are invited into asking questions deeply, not just our minds, but our hearts and our bodies and our emotions, to be body intellectuals. Wouldn't it be fabulous? To live deeply in each moment. And it's not about dancing. Dancing may get you there. So may kayaking. Being present. But it is about being present. Being fully alive. We have a whole generation walking around with cell phones. Whole necks are protruded outward. Where is the sternum raised to the sky? Who can even see the bird flying? The body's embrace. The body knows that dance is an arrow to the heart and soul, contracting and releasing, pulsing and swinging, touching, expands as sky, feeling belly as earth. The body knows it will be seen as text and object, be gazed and discussed, analyzed and fragmented, and yet waits as a lover to dance. The body asks for playing to become praying, moving to become listening, stretching to become researching, turning to become teaching, improvising to become awakening. The body seeks to be embraced in the water of tears, breath of laughter, fire of passion, inviting us. Attend to the impulse to dance your body back to wonder.